The case of the two nurses that were sexually assaulted a couple weeks ago at Mount Nittany Medical Center in Pennsylvania has really struck a nerve, because I am still getting messages about this on the daily from people and employees there, and they are very, very upset. I have, I think, 3 other videos on this. Go back and watch them if you don't know what I'm talking about. But I'm being told that allegedly, at the time of the incident, all the security officers were actually off having breakfast together, not in the ED. If that is true, that is unacceptable and they need to be held accountable. How nurses cannot all go on break at the same time, which, I mean, when could we ever? But we literally cannot for safety reasons. How would it be any different for security if you all are allowed to go on break at the same time? Why are you there? That defeats the purpose. That's absolutely horrible if that's true. And employees are very upset because it took almost a week for the hospital to even acknowledge or admit that this had happened. And employees only found out about it from it being in the media, from my videos. They had no idea unless they were in that unit. And then the hospital puts out the basic, playbook response that every hospital and employer puts out after an incident like this, allegedly. We are committed to the safety of our employees, patients, and providers and visitors. That's why we have zero tolerance, when it comes to acts of violence against our staff. Pause. This is not the first time, as I discussed in previous videos, that you had a sexual assault by a patient against a nurse there, and you opted to do nothing, and then there was a reoccurrence. Clearly, you in fact do not practice zero tolerance. You practice burying your head in the sand and not valuing nurses' lives, allegedly. But let's continue. While we are committed to keeping you informed, we must abide by privacy laws and cooperate with the ongoing criminal investigation. Be respectful of those team members who are focused on healing. We all need to focus on healing. That's another one straight out of the playbook that they always use. That's called gaslighting. That's called diversion, right? Like, let's focus over here instead of the real issue. But we stand together in our commitment to ensure a safe environment to care for our neighbors, our community, and our members. And we will continue to evaluate how we might improve the safety and security protocols. No, you won't. No, you won't. Because you already had that chance. And you blatantly did not do that. You offered them, I believe it was a quarterly safety committee meeting. The ones that are not enforceable and are absolutely useless and are only to make them feel like they're doing something, but you have no intention of enacting change from it. Please, nurses, healthcare workers, please only judge management, regardless of where you work. Only judge them on their actions, not their words. They lie. And this is a textbook example of that.